Hi, everyone. Kerry Sacco here from the Rittenhouse Square Fine Art Show Board. Welcome to our 5 o'clock club. I am the outreach coordinator and as well as the volunteer coordinator for the board. And we've tried a couple different formats for 5 o'clock club. We've had artist demos, tours. So this is an interview with one of our outreach partners. So we have on hand Studio Incamminati's operations manager, Dan Mahlman. Give us a wave, Dan. Hi. So back maybe about 5 years ago, the board was approached by Studio Incamminati with one of their projects that are programs, which was called Project Home. And it was people who were formerly homeless. They were offered a 12-week painting and drawing classes at, a minimal fee from, all the instructors at Studio Incamminati. And the director at the time was really interested in seeing if they could somehow be part of our outdoor show. Right. So we welcomed them with the same high standards that we hold to our professional artists and our student artists, with a tent, display, everything. And they really rose to the occasion and were able to focus the Project Home students' work. And they have been a partner with us up until, June 2020, when we haven't been able to go to a physical show. So anyway, in order to stay in touch and to let our public know a little bit more about this wonderful, wonderful program, we've invited Dan, and we have an instructor with the program, and hopefully we'll have some students joining us. So let's take it away. Welcome, Dan Mahlman.
Thank you so much. And then, like you said, a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, we started partnering with you guys. We already had you on our radar, obviously, because it's such a great show. And then even when I was a student exhibitor, I exhibited at Rittenhouse Square Art Show. And then now I'm in the office and our students are exhibiting there. And we partnered with Project Home to sort of bring some of the well, first of all, we're a realist art school located in Philadelphia, and we wanted to bring some of that realist art skills and education to basically everyone that we can. Wherever we can get to, that's where we try to. And then we had on our board Richard Brusello, who was also on the board of Project Home, I think, and it was sort of his brainchild to put this together. And it's just been growing and snowballing ever since, especially with Rittenhouse Square. It's given us so much exposure and then allowed students to price their work, sell their work, which is a whole nother part of the professional process. So it's really been from the beginning of the art creation to sort of presenting yourself and presenting the work and selling the work. It's all been great.
I'm trying to find us live so I can monitor our chat. And folks, as we go through this interview, we would love to have questions, and we'll be happy to answer them. Come on, Rittenhouse Show, where are you on my, there you are, there we are. Okay, I'm reversed now. So, so let's go back to Studio Incamminati. It is Philadelphia-based art school in Philadelphia. The great thing that it's a contemporary realist school, but you focus on a very traditional European style academic approach to the figure. And right. I really like that it is a teaching school. You teach students to go out there in the world as thriving, productive artists, as well as future teachers.
Yeah. I mean, it was founded by Nelson and Leona Shanks, both painters. It's a pretty young school. It's about 20 years. I think they thought that there was some skill-based education that was falling away, and they found that valuable to them. So they just wanted to double down on it, create their own school, sort of keep some of those skills going. And it is based on some of the classical teaching of maybe the last century European traditions.
Okay.
There's a lot of figure work, so it's all day drawing the figure, painting the figure, painting still life. There's a lot of sort of color study kind of things, but a lot of it is based on observational techniques with the idea that when you hone your eye, especially with the figure, since it's one of the more difficult things, when you hone your eye painting the figure, other stuff sort of falls into place. That's sort of the idea.
I have to mute us. Sorry. Where am I? There we go. So let's go on with a little bit of history of Project Home. Now, can you do like explain Project Home in general, like that organization, and then how you brought that community in to be students of your school?
Sure, yeah. Project Home, if you're not from Philadelphia, it's a pretty large organization that aims to empower adults, children, families to break the cycle of homelessness and some of the and also to empower adults to sort of reach their full potential. Like homelessness is basically, I mean, it's a money issue, and so a lot of what they're looking for is affordable housing, and they create a lot of affordable housing around Philadelphia. And then within that affordable housing, there are other occupational opportunities, and we wanted to be a part of that. They have their own art classes and music classes and all kinds of stuff like that. We felt like we could offer something. Like, I think that empower part is what Intrigue does, the empower part of their mission, because I also went to this school, Incamminati, and I felt like I got a lot out of that art education. I felt empowered. Even like the hard parts sort of allowed me to sort of learn how to address struggles and how to get past something, because there's a lot of it when you're trying to draw and paint something at the highest level. There's going to be a lot of frustrations that go along with that. And that really, I learned that here in an art school. And I think that's what we thought would be a nice fit. Try it, On top of that, a lot of the mission of our school is to sort of teach others, to sort of spread it, wherever we can. So we're always looking for opportunities to get more students and create more artists however we can.
Sure. So how long have you been doing brought the Project Home people in as students? How long is your program?
About maybe 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
Oh, okay. I thought it was longer for some reason.
It might be 7. It all blends together.
Right.
Time flies.
Okay. So let's go through. So you advertise through that organization that you offer 12-week classes. Is that the blocks that they're in?
Exactly. And
just go through that, like, how do they apply? Is there a fee? Is there like a criterion they have to, so pretend we started when everything was wide open and students could come to your school.
So we had at Project Home, our liaison was Rachel Airgood, who also did an art program at Project Home. And we talked to her, and then she sort of got the word out. Who wants to be involved? This is what's going to be like. I was teaching the class at the time, Rachel Pearson and I, and maybe Michela, and we'd go over and make presentations to people. They'd advertise it and see who sort of wanted to sign up, and then just sort of get the word out there. For the beginning, we would offer a stipend to sort of get people to sort of move in, to sort of see that this could be something that is viable, maybe get rid of some of the threshold fear of a new thing. We're inviting people into our studios.
It's
We're kind of
scary.
like a
Yeah.
realist art studio, so hopefully, maybe that's intimidating. I don't think so, but you never know. So anything we do, get people in, and I don't know. It's really been great to see a lot of the work that's come out of the class. It's been great.
Yeah. So the stipend, was that the you offered like for attendance if they followed through with the program? Is that what the stipend
Exactly.
was?
Yeah, exactly. We're just trying to get people in however we can. And then in the beginning, it was a $200 stipend for perfect attendance. And that's what we've stuck to a contract the instructors and the students sign. And so far it's been, I don't know, it's been great. You know, the work has been awesome. I, the project home artists are doing extra work. I mean, we've been trying to add classes. In the beginning, it was just a charcoal drawing class. And then what we ended up having to do is people wanted to paint. And so we brought in paint. So we've been struggling to add classes and
Yeah,
budget for them, which is a great problem to have, you know?
sure. Yeah, and when we look at the bigger picture of the skills being taught, and we'll keep repeating this through this interview, is it's not just, drawing and painting. It's things like overcoming obstacles, fears, accountability, following through with things. And it's just like, it's really valuable. And the sense of accomplishment and pride that your students have shown when they've been able to exhibit at our show is just priceless. It really, really is.
I
So,
hope so. I mean, I got that. I got that same thing when I was exhibiting.
when you were, yeah,
I mean, it's great. And I
yeah,
got those same things when I was a student at Studio Incamminati. So hopefully, if anybody can get even a portion of what I felt like I got, I want to pass that on if I can.
oh, okay. Well, let's jump to our wonderful pandemic. And so you had to shift gears like the rest of the world, and you have gone to complete online or virtual classes now.
Right.
You have no students coming in for Project Home
Right.
in the actual school. So let's just kind of review how you first were able to reach out to your students and what you were able to provide for them.
Sure. Yeah. Like everyone else, all our programming from our day programming, everything that we do went online, just like everybody else last March. Previously, the Project Home artists would come into our studio and we'd paint and draw there. Now we had to figure out exactly what we're supposed to do with this. With some of our day program students, they might have better internet connections, better laptops, that kind of thing. Not everyone had access to technology of the Project Home artists, so we had to sort of think on our feet, like, how do we deliver some of these things? So what ended up happening is our lead instructor, Michela Mansuino, created like a 13-week packet that she'd drop off at everyone's residence, and we'd be contacting each other by phone, by email, taking pictures, phone critiques, whatever we can do, so that everyone has a safe distance, but we can still get that communication. And then even if you don't have, the best technology, I mean, our sort of thought was if you can get feedback, you can get critique, if you do the work, that's what's really the core of what's valuable. So if we can keep that however we have to, let's do that. So that's sort of what we ended up doing.
Yeah. So all your students, I had a question here about as a student, in order to apply to your program, do they have to have any art experience, or you just will be like, nope, whatever. I always say, if people say to me, I can't draw a straight line, even if I had a ruler, or I can only draw a stick figure, I always say, like, give me 6 weeks, I'll teach you to draw.
Right.
And is that what your philosophy? Give us
Yeah,
12 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely don't believe that no one can draw. Someone can't draw. I think we spoke
Right.
about this if our Instagram interview a few months ago. I think I brought up the idea that if you're not good at math immediately, they don't say, okay, fine, never do it again. You know, they
Yeah.
do it. If you say, I can't draw, well, we'll teach you. That's why you go to school for it, right? That's why I went to
Right.
school, because I wanted to learn. So any kind of skill levels, and I mean, it would be amazing to some people, not to me, I guess, because I know the value of teaching the art, but people that go from zero experience to what they can do in a matter of weeks and then
Yes.
years. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna shift over to one of your instructors, Michela Mansuino, and Michela will be able to fill us in on how first your students worked via cell phones, right? And then you were able to procure a grant for
Oh, yeah.
iPads.
If I can just mention that real quick, we just
Yes.
recently got a grant from the Connolly Foundation where we bought iPads and then we were able to give them to the instructors and the students. And we're still sort of breaking in on how we're going to use those things. But I mean, that's been great. So now we can do live video, we can do it now. And yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully,
that's how we're able to do this
yeah,
interview
this is
today
it.
with some of our
Beautiful.
students. So, all right, Dan, so we're gonna put your video on hold and bring you back
Okay.
at the end, but we'll talk to Michela now. So thank you. Hi, Michela, how are you?
Hi, Kerry. I'm fine. How are you today?
Good, welcome, welcome. We all have such, and everyone, this is what Sandy pointed out earlier. This is not a virtual background with Michela. It's a beautiful painting. That's the benefit of an artist doing, doing an interview. So let's see, let's go over your history with the school and the program a little bit. You are an alumni of the school.
Yeah, I graduated in 2017 and then I asked for a fellowship and I got a fellowship. And so during the fellowships, we get to teach in some of the level 1 classes and we get to mentor the level 3 classes. And so last year I got an appointment as an instructor.
Great, that's great. And that's with Project Home or with other classes?
That was with Studio Incamminati.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so I've been with Project Home for 4 years now.
Yes, yeah, isn't it? It's must be so rewarding. Yeah.
It is. It's been incredibly rewarding because the students have worked so hard.
Mm-hmm. That's what there was a question about how their artwork can be seen, and it's kind of like your program. I think like you weren't saying like we're gonna have, it wasn't pushing towards we're gonna have big exhibits. It was like we're gonna do the process, we're gonna learn these skills, we're gonna create artwork and learn how to present it. But that's what was great about our show, is that they could all exhibit, you know, in a, you know, nice looking tent. So do you have other exhibition plans for your students' work? I think you had another opportunity.
Yes, we
Where was
have
that?
one scheduled through the Philadelphia Foundation in September.
Okay.
And we're getting ready for that. We've been getting ready for it for the last, well, since October when we started, really. We wanted to show the work that we have produced during the pandemic.
Oh, it's a great theme. You know, it's kind of like what you can overcome. So let's talk about how you would go about with the pandemic. So you first were running packets of supplies to your different students' residents. So do you still do that now? Or are they able to come to the school and pick up work?
We still, the last time that we delivered them was for this particular 12-week session. And so we delivered packages of large reproductions of the Charles Barg drawing plates.
Okay.
But now that we have our iPads, we can supplement them with better images. They'll need the paper images for the first set of drawings that they'll do, but then they can look at the iPad for a better resolution than what we can print.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And so is it all charcoal and pencil, or are you able to still do painting with them?
Yeah, we had to switch totally to graphite because they
Right.
have to work in their homes.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, even
that's-
their recreation centers are closed to them.
Oh, yeah. It's just crazy. Have you seen their work like clearly evolve since October, since the shutdown?
It has been a miraculous growth. And I'm sure Anthony will tell you about how that opportunity to work at home at one's own pace really made the big difference for a lot of them.
Right. I had said we did an Instagram interview with Dan back in the summer, and I was saying how there some of the obstacles that people might have run into if during a regular non-pandemic year. So you could offer classes to people that might have mobility issues and can't necessarily get into the studio. And then work has grown and work has flourished, whereas I think sometimes when you are in a beginning type class and you're with a group of people, you're comparing yourself a lot of times to the student next to you. And I think being able to work on your own, you can, just do the best you can. And there's a lot of growth that comes from that.
Yeah, and nobody sees your work except for the instructor, and that's what really matters.
Right, right. So how many students are in your group currently?
There's 12 currently in our group.
Is that your max, or what is your max that you've had?
Oh, I suppose we would take up to 20, really.
Oh, good. So when you would get back to physical classes, you meet, or it doesn't matter, physical or pandemic. So you meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
Yes, but before the pandemic, we actually had Tuesdays and Thursdays for painting, and we had Wednesdays for charcoal drawing.
Okay, that's just fantastic. Well, shall we how about if I turn my video off and we bring Anthony on? So we have Anthony Gulley is one of the students, and then Anthony also has two other students with him, and Michela's gonna talk to him a little bit, and I will be the voice of Kerry, will be chiming in if I hear any questions popping up. So I'm going to turn my video off now. So hi, Anthony, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Welcome. I'm going to turn my video off and you and Michela can have a nice chat.
Okay.
Hi, Anthony. How are you today?
Hi, Michela, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I see you've got your artwork behind you, and I see the Three Musketeers are there.
Right.
Let's talk about how the art has changed over the last, 18 months, a year and a half of before and after the pandemic. Let's talk about how you and Cornelia and Juanita started with the still life class on Wednesday nights, which was 2 hours a week. Let's talk a little bit about your impression there, and then how it segued into the pandemic situation it is now.
Okay, well, actually, in reference to that, it's really been it's been kind of weird, but once we went into the pandemic, I mean, it was really great going to the classes, but once we went into the pandemic form, it really changed a lot, but it got exciting because we were able to work from home, and that made it for me, it just made it a lot more exciting because I was able to work longer. I mean, to really study my work, to I guess dig more dig into it. And sometimes I found myself working, I mean, hours on end, even, outside of the 3 hours that we had to work for class, but I was still working. I would look at my work and study it. And it just gave me, I guess, a wider option, to be able to really learn and understand what you all were teaching and what you wanted, what you wanted from us, should I say. And it's just been kind of exciting in that sense. What else did you say?
I just was, like comparing.
Hold on, it looks like Michela dropped off. I can continue it, Sandy, if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put your video on, Dan. Sorry about this, Anthony. We're having, I think Michela had a technical difficulty.
Wow, cool. All right. Hey, Anthony, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing, Dan?
Cool. Is everyone else over there? Maybe we could start by saying hi to people.
Okay. And
hey, Juanita, how are you?
That would be Juanita right there. And that's Miss Cornelia. Hold on.
Hey, Cornelia.
Yeah. Okay.
How you guys doing?
How do I enlarge this?
Well, that work looks really great.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
about it. I mean, I can give people a background of, I remember when I was a student, I would do these things. They're called BARD drawings, and they're supposed to ideally test your eye, because you're looking at sort of like a line drawing, and then you're going to try and copy that exactly, including, the shading and the lines and the angles and all that.
Right.
How did you feel about that as a subject?
Okay, well, as a subject for me, it was just about, should I say, Dan, just really trying to capture exactly what I see. And I guess it was kind of helpful for me because, I mean, I used to draw as a child when I was younger. I kind of grew up until I was about 16, but then I stopped. And but to just draw what you see was encouraging to me, to constantly try to capture exactly what was, what my subject was. And so that's how I progressed. I mean, but I listened a lot to, Michela, you, Wendy at the time, Julie. I just listened to my, to my instructors and really try to capture it. And, the great part about it is I actually, saw Michela as my mentor, because she really, I guess she looked into her work the same way I felt like I wanted to look into mine. And so I kind of pulled, I just pulled a lot of information from her, and I worked in that same manner. So, that's what helped me, should I say.
Well, that's a nice bar drawing, I have to say. This is the first I've seen.
Yeah, that's Nero. That's Nero, when he, the little boy.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's Nero.
Nice.
So Dan, Michela is back on. So why don't we have her rejoin us?
Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. One of the students called in. I wasn't expecting. Okay, she called on the iPad. So now it's me and Anthony. And Anthony, I think, is going to show us some more of his drawings. I really want everyone to see those.
Okay, well, this is June as a little girl. If you can, I hope you can see it closely.
Yes, we can.
Okay, and this here are my legs of Germanicus. I really worked hard. Now, this was really a subject that I worked extremely hard on to actually, make that happen. But it was really, I mean, it was tedious, but that, to me, when I put it together, I wanted to put a background on it to actually really bring them out. And I don't know if you can see that, but it looks, I really worked hard at that.
You did, and that's 18
something.
by 24 inches too, Anthony.
Exactly.
I mean, these are large drawings.
Right. And last but not least, then I have LaBelle. This is what I'm actually currently working on right now. So this is definitely not finished. I've just began to somewhat render. So I'm definitely in the early stages. It's nowhere done, but it's just taking, you have to go really slow. And I've just actually put markings, I've just put the markings in and basically the shadows where they go, but I haven't actually started to really darken them or even stump anything yet. But it's supposed to look like the one on the right of it or the left. Yeah, right. That's what it's going to look like when I'm done.
I'm going to chime in with comments, Anthony, that we're getting in our feed. It's like, looks fantastic, nicely done. Profiles can be difficult, beautiful. Well done, Anthony.
Thank you so much. Yeah, like I said, we also have, I have my two other students here with me that I couldn't have done this actually, alone. And it was really great having someone to work with, to have in class with you. And I just want to share with you. I want to introduce Cornelia to you. You can actually see her. You should be able to see her, and she has a bit of her pieces next to her.
Yes, my name is Cornelia. And when I first started, I thought I could only do stick people. And I had great teachers that have taught me to do real art. This is my legs of Germanicus. This is my Jason's eye cast. And this is my mouth cast. And I just want to say that this class has helped me so much and I enjoy it so much that I can't explain, because coming from stick people to this, I'm ecstatic.
Me too. I am too.
And then there's Juanita Jones here.
Hi, my name is Juanita Jones. I'm also one of the students that's taking the COVID-19 classes with Anthony and Cornelia. And I just want to say that the opportunity for them to extend classes and work through the pandemic has been wonderful. It has made things feel a little bit normal in the unnormal. To be able to still have this opportunity to sharpen our skills, to get the one-on-one relationship strong with our teachers, to critique our work, and to be able to really dig into the work. I mean, I cannot explain how wonderful it's been for me to keep doing what I'm doing. As an artist, you have to continue to study, continue to work, and to have the support that we've received. I can't even say, it's just been wonderful. So I also want to share my work as well. This is my mouth cast, and this is my Jason's eye cast. And this is my June, and this is also on my work. Thank you so much for the opportunity to come into our homes and share with you what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally appreciate, I'm just ecstatic because like I said, I used to draw when I was young, and I never thought that I would really get back into doing any art. But the opportunity came along a couple of years ago now. I've actually been in the class probably like, I would say 2.5 years or so. But it's been beautiful. And I just, I really work hard. I hate homework, so I try to finish, all my work. I mean, get started with my work actually a lot sooner, and I just really try to work at it. I critique it a whole lot, taking pictures. And that's what the iPad, and I guess when we were using our phones and stuff in the beginning, to actually take a picture of your work as you progress. When you first start drawing it, you take a picture of it in the early stage, you make a little progress, you update your pictures, and you keep looking at what you're doing, and it gives you an opportunity to see and grow. So it's been beautiful. I just have to say it's really been beautiful, especially through this pandemic. It gives us something to do, and you're not, it's taking a lot of stress off of myself, and I'm sure, my classmates as well. I'm sure it's taking a lot of stress off of them as well, but it's giving me something to do. Like I said, I do some hours, I work some hours that I even when it's not class day, I'm still working on the project, just trying to make it right. And I constantly, you know, you see, it gives you an opportunity to constantly look at your work and keep critiquing and making as, you know, just get as close to the image as possible. Like I said, I try to get exactly what I see. And if I can pull out exactly what I see, I'll be so close to the image that it's almost just what it is. And that's what I try to do.
Good. I am chiming in from the wings, and if we can do one more little spin around to see real close-ups of the artwork, that's what we're getting
Okay.
requests for, because everyone is so blown away by your skill level.
Okay, so first we're gonna, so I don't know if you can, yeah, if you can see that. And I'm trying to get closer for you. Yeah, like I said, that's
And these are all graphite, correct?
correct, right? These are all graphite. But that's my June. Her name is June. They spell it Jeune, but yeah, her name is June. And this is Nero, the little boy. As a boy, Nero as a boy, right? And again, this is the LaBelle, and I'm not done with. Like I said, she is far from done. But
What a great start, Anthony.
yeah, that's what I'm working on. Thank you so much, Michela. You know, you're my mentor. It means a whole lot.
There's those legs.
Yeah, now there's those legs. Yeah, of Germanicus. Those are legs of Germanicus. And what was really something, Kerry, is that if you can see that foot.
Oh, so hard.
Yeah, it's so hard, but
Yes.
once you see the image coming through, or you constantly working on it, and that's what they taught us. Like Michela taught us to do an envelope. And an envelope is like a framework of what you're gonna have done. You know, but it
Okay.
gets you, you know, to what you're gonna finish. You know, you do the framework, and that gets you, you know, that helps you get the rendered, you know, you start the envelope, and then after the envelope, you render it. But without the envelope, you have nothing. You know, so that's really
Yeah.
been beautiful. And again, we have Cornelia here. And if you can see her work a little closer. Okay, what I'll do is I'm gonna try to move in closer. If you can actually see.
Wait a minute, you look too high.
Oh, almost there.
Over that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's her Jason ICAD.
Yeah, that's her Jason's ICAST. And those are the mouth cast. If you can see that, can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Take it up to the legs.
And then again, these are her legs, and she really worked really hard. Can you see the legs?
Yes, we can.
If you didn't hear her say, Cornelia was the one that said she used to do stick people. And I told her that she could do this, and she kept telling me, I don't know, but she worked really hard. We worked together, and you know, we built her confidence, and we told her she could do it, and she's done it. You can see she's really done a great job. And if you look at, okay, you look at that, and then we have Juanita. I don't know if you can see. I'm getting close to her
Yes,
lips.
we can.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that? All right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, those are her lips. Those are David's lips, David's mouth. And then that's Jason's eye cast. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And then again, Nero as a boy. You got that?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Then we have,
I had a question.
Sure.
Juanita, did you start your own art class teaching? Was that you?
Yes, me and Yolanda Porter, after taking a couple of courses, Yolanda was a little bit more experienced than I was, but we found a need for Project Homes to open up an art class to the residents. And her and I, we worked together and we taught classes once a week. And during that time, we actually had 2 shows that was open to the community and the residents and our community, and it was wonderful. We did silk screening, we did stamp making. It was just a wonderful experience for the residents to share with the community what they learned and to display their work.
Oh,
Yeah, but because of the
wonderful.
pandemic, we had to stop doing in-person classes. So I was so glad that we were able to transition these classes into a virtual class so that we can see that it is possible to do this,
Yes.
but also keep me connected to my art and sharpen my skills so I can prepare myself to get back with the residents at a
Right.
later time, hopefully. Yes.
Well, we are kind of winding down our interview. One of the things I wanted to mention regarding our Rittenhouse Art Show, most of you might have heard, but if you haven't, our June show is a virtual event again. The city of Philadelphia is the one who needs to grant us a permit to do the show, and that we're not quite there yet, but we're hoping for a physical show in September. So you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook and find out all kinds of great things. We're planning a virtual event for that same weekend. So it would be the June 4th, 5th, and 6th. And then Studio Incamminati, you are having a virtual open house this Saturday, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a virtual open house this Saturday, April 17th. We have the Philadelphia Open Studios tours the day after on Sunday. I definitely want to mention that the Philadelphia Foundation is hosting an exhibition for the Project Home artists in September and October, so be on the
Okay.
lookout for that.
We'll stay tuned for info for that and make sure we share it. But once again, I am so happy that all of you were able to join us. Folks, we practiced this, and I think we did a good job. This was like hard, but I'm just really
So much.
grateful that you all came together. So, yes.
These are the
So,
three musketeers.
I know. So, thanks, and folks, will next week on our 5 o'clock club, we have Hanukkah Deneuve. She's going to do, I think, maybe a printmaking demo, but everyone just have a great rest of your week and weekend. And I might pop in to see the open studio at Incamminati on Sunday. So I'll
Oh, and there's an exhibition there, the Rising Voices exhibition, which is open to the public from 12 o'clock to 6
Oh,
p.m. on
yes.
weekdays.
yes.
It's the Bennett Prize finalists. It's really beautiful.
Yes, great. Good to know. All right. Well, folks, we're signing off. Thanks again.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Kerry. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Talk to you soon, guys.
All right, take care. Thanks,
Bye.
Dan.
Bye, Michaela.